Welcome back to Cactus Core Play Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. My name is Kevandre. Last time we went through the green door with Luna and Clover, where we went to the archive, and it was many books. Sigma was very perverted. And then Alice died in her classic fashion. But then when I went to the flowchart after that, I saw that this was green, meaning that it's open. So maybe I was supposed to see her die, and then the idea is to be meta, and Sigma will relive that, but remember the original time that he went through this one, and it might be different. So we'll see. Maybe he knows just to go to the crew quarters this time. Then suddenly the world shifted. Aha! It is very smart. For just an instant, I was somewhere else entirely. My mind reeled, and then, just as I began to adjust, it was gone. As if nothing had happened. What was that? It was the same sensation I'd felt when I saw the vision of the bombs exploding. Had it been a premonition? This is bad. I need to find Alice now. But where could she be? Damn it, Alice, where are you? What about the crew quarters? Yeah, that has to be it. I got the achievement No Lying Down on the Job. I set off at a dead run. They should have given me that option to pick before. That would have made this a little more interesting to go back to and try again. My Coke is gone. Which means I have to get my root beer now. Excuse me. Very professional Let's Play channel. The moment I entered the crew hallway, I made straight for the door, the number 2 room. Alice should be in here. I swallowed and threw open the door. What's up, girl? Alice, so you were here. As I spoke, her eyes turned toward mine, but I didn't get the feeling that they were looking at me. Her skin was pale and sickly, and one of her hands held the scalpel like I'd caught her in the middle of something. What are you doing here? It's okay. I'm just here to help you. Help me? What do you mean? Just let go of that scalpel. No. I need it to get this bracelet off. Huh? Remember what Zero Jr. told us? The bracelet comes off when your heart stops. So I just have to... Stop! Before I even finished the word, I was running. I grabbed both her arms and wrenched them back, pulling the blade away from her chest. No! Let me go! I have to do this! I can't take it anymore. This whole thing is like a nightmare I can't wake up from. The only way I'm going to get out of here is to die. Knock it off! With a grunt, I tore the scalpel from her hands. It was a second before I felt a burning pain in my left hand. I'd apparently cut myself getting the damn thing away from her. Very quickly, it progressed from a dull throbbing to a hot line of pain across my palm. I clenched my teeth and squeezed my hand tight. I was so focused on my pain that I barely heard Alice collapse. She didn't respond when I shook her. Hey, are you all right? Alice, say something. There was a moment of terror before I realized she was still breathing. I didn't know why, but it seemed she'd only passed out. Shit. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, man. Maybe the infirmary? It's got all those medical things. Buoyed by the adrenaline, I hefted Alice's body and took off toward the infirmary. Skipping through. She's got Radical 6. That's no good. Everything's coming up Sigma, huh? What a lucky, lucky man you are. You two are going to be playing against Clover. If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally. That means if she stays here, the two of you are going to be sitting pretty. Especially you, Sigma. After all, you got 6 BP right now. Are you saying I'm going to choose Betray? If you do, you'll get what you need to escape. You bastard. There's no way I'd do that. Is that soap? Yes, it is soap. For one, I'm not the only one making this decision. Luna's my partner, and she'll be in the AB room with me. You really think she'd stand by and let me do something like that? Back me up here, Luna.
Phil. Actually, I was planning to let you make the decision.
See? Told you. You can lie to us if you want, but you can't lie to yourself. Shut up.
What? If I might make a suggestion, what if Sigma and Luna both remained here? Should all three of you abstain, then you would all be guaranteed to ally, correct?
Nope, doesn't work like that.
Why not?
Here, take a look at this. I pulled a scrap of paper we found out of my pocket. Huh? What's this? We found it when we were going to the archives. There wasn't anything like this in the pantry.
Nothing in the garden, either.
I guess they only put one in the archives. Whatever. I'll just read it for you. Harrison more review room, blah 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 blah. Everybody needs to vote. You know the drill by now. Get it? The whole team can't abstain. That means either Dio or Tenmyoji's gonna have to vote then. And if they're playing against Alice, oh, I guess playing against is a little generous. So Alice is gonna vote ally, which means that if Dio picks betray, knock it off. You trying to get back at me for what I said earlier? No way am I gonna choose betray. You do know her BP's at 1, right? What do you think's gonna happen to her if I did that?
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules.
I wouldn't put it past you. What?
Cool it, boys. Don't worry. I'm gonna be in that room too. I plan to stay here with Cork just to make sure you're safe, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna have that luxury. I can't trust Dio to make a decision for all three of us. That means we're gonna be sharing a room, bucko. I've got my eye on you. Happy now, Sigma?
Yep, thanks. Well, that's a relief.
Exactly.
Oh man, everyone's against me. Whatever shall I do?
Can't be too careful. I wouldn't want to see Alice killed by an unfortunate accident.
What do you mean, accident?
Oh, Tenmyoji, before we went into the chromatic doors, you told Alice that there was something you wanted to tell her. What was it? Huh? Oh, that, well, I mean, look, it wasn't important. Forget about it.
5 minutes remain until 5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's running out, people. Clover and I will stay here and keep an eye on Alice and Cork. Everyone else needs to go.
What? You're staying too?
Yeah. If something does happen, Clover might need a hand. Aren't you a solo? You're playing against Kay and Cork, but with Cork out, that means Kay would get to decide this whole round.
Are you saying that you trust me?
Yes.
Even though I have 6 BP?
Yes. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you nuts? What happens if he gets 9 BP? I'm not worried. Kay won't betray me. How can you know that? I just know, I guess. You just know. What the fuck is wrong with you? Had something happened between Fi and Kay while they were out exploring?
I understand. I can hardly betray trust like that, can I? I will vote for our team.
Good. We're counting on you. Ugh. I've had enough of this bullshit.
4 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Come on, we need to hurry. Alright, you kids. Take care of those two, okay?
Of course.
We promise.
With that, we were off. I gave one last quick nod to Fi and Clover before heading back to the warehouse at a dead run. My. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open my AB gate. Although I guess it doesn't really matter, Dio already opened one earlier.
Then only you and I remain.
Right. Okay. Let's go. Is it really just the 3 of us? Oh no, Tenmyoji and Dio too. 2 more AB gates slid open. We all shared one last look at each other before ducking into our respective rooms. Brrrring.
Two minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
What are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to vote? No question. If Clover isn't voting, then she'll default to ally. Betraying someone who isn't even playing hardly seems fair.
Of course, I think so too. I'm just glad to hear you say it.
Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was kind of like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a moment, the Nonary game didn't seem so scary. Then she spoke.
Sigma, what's wrong with your hand?
Huh?
There's something white on it.
There's what? Oh shit. I didn't go to the bathroom after jerking it. What? What the hell is this? For the first time since I'd found Alice in the crew quarters, I looked down at my hand. Across the palm was some kind of strange white liquid. For a moment I thought I had somehow touched some white paint or something similar, but the truth was far stranger. The liquid was coming from my hand. It was coming from the cut I'd given myself when I grabbed the scalpel away from Alice. But why? Where was the blood? I felt a very odd sort of fear begin to wrap its hand around my throat. Quickly, I held my palm against my chest. I shouldn't have let Luna see that.
Are you alright?
Yeah, it's nothing. I went to the pantry while I was looking for Alice. There was some milk, and I spilled it. It sounded even stupider as I said it.
Really?
Yeah.
But
just shut up. It's fine, alright? I'm fine. Leave me alone. I regretted the words the moment they were out of my mouth, but something was wrong, very wrong, and my head was spinning.
Sigma.
Oh, man. I'm so sorry. Just don't worry about it, okay?
30 seconds remain until polling closes.
There was no time left. I had to vote. I turned and faced the machine. I took a few deep breaths, but the chaos of my mind refused to calm itself. Calm down. Just calm down. You need to think about the AB game right now. Just forget about your hand. Who was I kidding? There was no way I could forget about something like that.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't want to betray Clover out of the gate.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out of the rooms as we did.
So you chose ally after all?
Yeah. To be honest, the AB game was the last thing on my mind. As chaotic as my thoughts were, they all centered on one thing. The mysterious white liquid.
Do you want to go see the results?
Sure. Luna nodded and walked off toward the projection, but I couldn't move. I glanced around to make sure no one was watching, and I opened my hand. The liquid didn't seem to have clotted or run out, since it was still oozing thickly out of the slit in my hand. What in the hell is this? It couldn't be blood, could it? No, that was impossible. No matter how many white blood cells clumped together, you'd never get anything that looked like that. And I'd never seen my blood do this before. In 22 years of life, I'd seen my body bleed many times. Scraped knees as a kid, accidental nicks with a knife as an adult. But every single time, I'd bled red just like any other human being. So why was it that this time, it was white? What the hell is happening to me? Hey, Sigma, what are you doing? Get the hell over here. They're gonna show the results. Yeah, right. On my way. I did my best to compose myself and headed over to join the others.
Results from the round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Ally, good. Good for K. Ally, good. Ally. Cool beans. Everybody's a good person today.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Lord is risen today. This is incredible. Look, everyone voted Ally. You did it just like you promised, Kay.
How could I choose Betray after what Fi said to me?
Tenmyoji and Dio voted Ally too.
Of course! If we hadn't, Alice would have died.
Yeah, well, that's about it, I guess.
We should thank the both of you as well. I'm happy to see you also chose Ally.
Oh, I didn't have anything to do with it. That was all Sigma.
Then thank you very much, Sigma. Sigma? Sigma, are you alright?
Come on, what's wrong? Just say something.
Huh? Oh, yeah, looks like we all allied. That's great.
Sigma, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you've been acting a little weird. You've been acting a little out of it ever since we came out of the AB rooms. What happened? You make a pass at Luna and get shot down? No, nothing like that. Hey, man, it was a joke. You remember what that is? A joke? You're in pretty bad shape, huh? Before Dio could continue, the heavy metal rumble of the doors shutting echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have now closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want to. Then that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we like. Right? Hey, Zero Jr. said something about this, didn't he?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, right. Sorry to be a pain, but could you all show me your bracelets? I want to see what your colors and assignments are.
Everyone nodded and held their arms out toward him. I stared at them, terrified to follow suit, but certain that refusing would only draw more suspicion. So I held my arm out, hand tightened into a white-knuckled fist to hide the cut. When their eyes landed on my hand, my heart skipped a beat.
Huh. So Dio and Kay are a yellow pair. Luna and I are both pairs, but our colors are different.
Right. You're a cyan and I'm magenta. That makes Sigma the only solo, huh? A red solo. So what are the full we have left in the infirmary?
Luna and I are pairs, so 2 of them are our partners.
That means the other 2 are solos. Although, I guess we don't know what colors they are. They're probably green and blue.
Why's that?
Didn't you see them? There are a bunch of white doors in the floor B warehouse. They have to be the next set of chromatic doors.
Ah, yes, Fi and I saw them as well. On our way back to the garden with the unconscious Quark, there they were.
Excuse me. Taking a bevy break for a second. A lot of talking today.
Each one had a box just like the doors on floor A. Given that, I don't see how there could be any question. Those white doors are our next set of chromatic doors.
I think that our bracelet combinations will have to end up to white in order to open the secondary doors. The pairs are cyan, magenta, and yellow. You see?
Yeah. If we need to make white, then the other 3 colors would have to be red, green, and blue.
Right. I don't think most people think like that when it comes to color. I think that people tend to think of the crayon style of coloring combinations compared to light color combinations. Unless you're like a graphic designer, that's a different situation entirely.
Good. Now that I've got that figured out, I'm heading back to the infirmary for a bit. I want to check up on Quark and Alice.
I shall accompany you then.
Might as well go with you, I guess. No real reason to hang out here.
What will you two do?
I need to talk to Sigma about something.
About what?
Something.
Her usual pleasant expression had been replaced with something much more sullen. She must have noticed that there was something wrong with me. That was what she wanted to talk about. I was sure of it. Okay, fine. I managed to make my voice sound almost relaxed. Whoa, hold on, a private talk? What are you guys plotting?
We're not plotting anything. I promise, it's nothing.
Fine, whatever. See if I care. Dio tossed his head with a mixture of arrogance and feigned disinterest and marched out of the yellow door. Tenmyoji and Kei quickly followed. In only moments, all three had disappeared. So, what was it that you wanted to talk about? I was almost certain I knew, but there was always hope. I did my best to act as if I was genuinely confused.
Oh, I don't really like this room. Could we go somewhere else?
Okay.
Good. I found somewhere nice when I was looking for Alice earlier.
As strange as her request was, I had no reason to object. I kept my mouth shut and followed Luna as she headed off. The garden.
You know this place?
Yes, well, sort of. I came here once when I was looking for Alice.
Oh, I see.
So, what brings you here?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in the whole facility with anything green. I feel kind of silly saying it, but it makes me kind of think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. Oh, there's a bench over there. Would you like to sit down with me?
She sat down softly and gently, and I lowered myself down next to her. So, what did you want to talk to me about? Instead of answering, Luna lifted the tiny birdcage pendant she wore in the palm of her hand. She was silent for a moment, then she began to talk.
Can I tell you something? This is actually a music box.
Really?
Da.
She twisted the key on the bottom and it made an almost imperceptible winding noise. When she released it, soft, clear notes drifted out. It's a nice song. Why'd you bring that up, though?
Because I wanted you to know, I guess. I wanted you to know more about me. Maybe it's because I'm so shy, but I don't really have any friends or any acquaintances, really. So I've sort of always been alone. It was really hard. I felt so lonely a lot of the time. And it hurt. It felt like I was just going to collapse from the inside out. That was when I got this music box. Someone very important gave it to me. They didn't say anything, but they felt like there was an unspoken message behind it. Luna, happiness is closer than you think. Do you know Maeterlinck's The Bluebird?
Yeah, well, I know the gist of it. I think it starts on Christmas Eve. This brother and sister named Tiltil and Mittil get asked to find a blue bird by this old woman, and they travel to the dream world. Or something. Anyway, supposedly if you catch this bird, then you can make a wish come true. So they visit all these different places, but they can't find it. Eventually, they give up and go home, but when they wake up, the bird is in a birdcage in their hut.
That's right. It's a well-known story. And it teaches a simple lesson.
Yeah, like you said, happiness is closer than you think.
Right. It got me thinking. Maybe the person who gave me this music box was trying to tell me just that. I don't know if it's true. Maybe all of this is just in my head, but I really felt like that was what they meant. It was so kind. I kept it with me all this time, like a kind of good luck charm. But one day I realized something. There was another meaning to the bluebird. In Maeterlinck's original story, it doesn't end with them waking up.
There's more?
Da. When Tiltil and Mittil try to feed the bird, it leaves the cage and flies away. And then the story ends.
Whoa. What about the moral, then? It changes. You know, the message is that when you think you found happiness, you'll lose it again. I thought about that for a while, but in the end it didn't change how I felt. I don't know what they intended it to mean when they gave it to me, but I decided how I was going to look at it. It means that happiness is something you should always be looking for, and it's only when you're pursuing happiness that you're truly happy. You know, Sigma, I think you might be Telltale. What? You know, the boy who the old lady asked to find the blue bird on Christmas Eve. Well, what are you trying to say? Can I ask you something? Sure. Where did you find Alice? What does that have to do with anything? Just answer me. Where did you find Alice? Room 2 in the crew quarters. Where were you before that? I was in the lounge. That was after we'd split up to look for Alice. The first place I went was in the lounge. So you went into the lounge to the crew quarters where you found Alice. And then you rushed her to the infirmary, da? Yeah. Okay, tell me this then. How do you know about this garden? Just now you said you'd come here when you were looking for Alice. Didn't you? That doesn't make any sense. There wouldn't have been any time for you to visit the garden while you were looking for Alice. So tell me, Sigma, how do you know about this place? Well, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even explain it to myself. Why had I told her I knew about the garden? Why had I told her I'd been there before? Sigma, are you a robot? Have you always been here? What? See, it would make so much sense if you were. That would explain why you knew about the garden, and it would explain the cut on your left hand. Damn, so you did see it, huh? I've been told that robots these days have what's called artificial biological tissue, or ABT, on top of a metal skeleton. It makes them look almost exactly like a human. And ABT uses this white liquid instead of blood. For some reason, when Luna had called me a robot, it hadn't really fazed me. Maybe because it was just so out there. It didn't sound like a real possibility. It sounded more like a theory you'd get from someone in a nut house. Still, my hand was still oozing white liquid. Was I really a robot? No, that was impossible. I needed to stop doing that. Questioning myself so much was giving me heart palpitations. Luna, aren't you a little scared? Scared? Why would I be scared? Well, let's say I am a robot. That means there's a pretty good chance Zero's pulling my strings. That would make me your enemy. No strings on me. Oh, I guess so. Well, even if you were, I wouldn't be scared. Why not? Maybe because you're a robot. Huh? Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics? They were all a set of rules created by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov that he used in several of his stories. Oh shit, what was it about Asimov? Asimov and Kasparov were brothers? Shit, I forget what the fuck my stupid bullshit was. Or what series that was in. Fuck. Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Rule 2. A robot must obey any orders given to it by human beings except when such orders would conflict with the first law. Rule 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. Oh, yeah, I've heard those before. That's just an ideal, though. You could work toward that, but I don't think you could ever actually achieve it. I mean, depending on how you program them, robots could do pretty much whatever they wanted to. Duh, you're right. But I believe in them. In you. However, you're programmed. I don't think you'd break any of the 3 laws. A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. That's not you. You have a heart. You're a good person. It's in your eyes. Well, I guess I'm just sort of assuming you're a robot. There's still a chance you're not. We should run some tests. Tests? How? Well, the Atom should be able to tell us. Oh yeah, that thing in the infirmary. I heard the crunch of dried leaves behind us. But when I turned, there was nothing. Who is it? Is someone there? Just me. Fi! Sorry, but can you guys come over here? I need you to see something. Luna and I looked at one another, shrugged, and stepped into the bushes. Welcome. What? How long have you been here? I just got here a little while ago. Did you hear what we were saying? No. Were you talking about something you didn't want me to know about? Whatever, just have a look at this. I followed the line of her finger. Shit! This is
An antimatter bomb.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side. It says 01.
And the one in the crew quarters said 03, da? Then that must mean...
Shit. Then there's no question, huh? Yeah, I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
You're saying that there's an O2 bomb out there somewhere?
I can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely. Damn it. That means that we're dealing with a combined explosive power equal to 3 tons of TNT. Yeah.
Who planted them?
Was it you guys? I mean, you've been in here quite a while. Hey, don't give me that. You're way more suspicious than we are. What were you doing in the bushes anyway? Well, I was taking a walk. Taking a walk? You really think I'm gonna buy that? Fine. You got me. I heard you two were off talking in secret, so I got curious and went back to the Floor A warehouse. Of course you weren't there. That seemed pretty suspicious to me, so I headed here. And just as I suspected, there you are, talking on the bench. I snuck up from behind so you wouldn't notice me. Then, just as I was getting close enough to hear, I found the bomb. So, believe me now? So, who planted the bomb? Honestly, it could have been any of us. Anybody could have come here when we were out looking for Alice.
We need to tell everybody about this then.
Yeah, you're right. Let's head back to the infirmary. Everyone else was already there when we arrived. Clover and Tenmyoji, Kay and Dio, and of course Alice and Quark. Both seemed to be sleeping peacefully. You'd never think to look at them that they'd been completely insane not so long ago. Alright everybody, listen up. I told them about how we found the number 1 bomb in the garden. And how, judging by the numbering on the 2 bombs we'd found so far, there was probably a number 2 bomb out there somewhere too.
This is bad. What are we gonna do?
Well, I think Alice mentioned something.
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it? Right there. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So if we have the password, we can deactivate them? Whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need to find the password input device he was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did get the password. Yeah. That's why I want all of you to let me search you. I beg your pardon? You heard me. Chances are whoever planted those bombs is in this room. There's also a good chance they've also got the device we need to deactivate the bombs. So you planning to search us for it? Exactly.
But...
No buts. If you refuse, then I'll assume it's because you got it and you planted the bombs. Unless you want that, I suggest you cooperate. Clear? Good. Now, who's going to be first? And then, yeah. Same shit as before. When it does that little blinky blink, you know that it's going back to a standard thing that's not different. It was, yeah, who set us up the bomb part 1 achievement get again. I thought I already had that. So, j'accuse, etc. Okay. I'll give you one since I'm such a swell guy. The password for for bomb number 2 is... Here we go. Alright. Here we go. This is the number 2 bomb, which I think is the one that we were backwards on before. Take a picture. Little bitch, take a picture. EQDDYRNTK. And I'm assuming that we're just going to end up at a bad ending here, just like before.
Bomb number 2!
But we haven't found that one yet. Oh? Well, my mistake. It must have slipped my mind. Well, nothing you can do anyway. You don't have the input device. Really, it'll be much easier if y'all just give up. Where's the input device?
Where is it?
Oh gosh, I wonder. Where did you put the number 2 bomb? Shoot, I just can't remember. You son of a bitch. Anyway, I think it's time for me to be moving on. Moving
on?
To where? What, do I have to explain everything? To the next world, of course. No, wait! I threw myself toward Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned. Yeah. Knock him the fuck out, Luna. How much time do we have left?
About 20 minutes or so, I think.
And how much time until the white doors open? The same. So, what do? We put in those passwords and stop the bombs. We searched Dio, but it doesn't seem to have anything to be the input device. Well, only one thing left to do then.
And that is?
We split up and find it. Unless any of you have another suggestion? A dismal silence filled the room. Even though no one spoke, I could see the despair on every face. Alright, no point sitting around. Until those things actually go off, we still got a chance. Sigma, you come with me. We're gonna have to go look at the number 3 bomb. See if the timer really has started or not. Right. All the rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Cork, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse.
What? Why there?
Just listen. Worst case scenario, we'll open the white doors and go through them to wherever they go. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Understood. We will take them to the Floor B warehouse. Once we've done so, we will begin to search for the input device in the number 2 bomb.
Good, thanks. Okay, we don't have much time left. Get moving. Sigma, you're with me. Violet turned without waiting and headed for the door. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile, then hurried after her. I think I have all of the bomb codes now, but I don't know where the number 0 bomb is in that other timeline. I don't think we ever found it. I think all I know about it is the actual deactivation code for it. The light's flashing. I guess the countdown has started. So, what are we gonna do? Without a way to enter the passwords, we're screwed. Right. We'll just have to split up and look for it. I'll look around here, you go check somewhere else. Okay. If we get to T-minus 5 minutes, then we'll meet back in the Floor B warehouse. Got it? I wasn't sure what to say. If we hadn't found it by then, was there really any point in meeting up again? What's with that look? Don't worry. We'll figure it out, I promise. You know what they say, swimsuits never quit. What? No, that's not a thing. And it doesn't make any sense. Besides, why the hell are you cracking jokes right now? I'm just, trying to show you that life's still worth living. That's an unusual look for her. After all, if you quit now, there goes any possibility of you ever getting to see me in a swimsuit. Oh, I see. Well, I admit I am a bit curious. Alright, looks like we're on the same page. Now get moving. We don't have time to stand around. Fine. Be careful, alright? I checked the time on my bracelet as I headed out of the crew quarters and into the hallway. It wasn't good news. Damn, only 15 minutes. I need to hurry. I broke into a run. Before long, I found myself in front of the infirmary. All too often, what you're looking for is right in front of you. We'd spent a lot of time in the infirmary, so it seemed kind of fitting somehow that it might have been there all along. Or maybe Dio had dropped it there recently. There was no way to know. And in any event, I had to start looking somewhere. Luna, you're still here?
Da. The others are taking the people who were asleep to the white doors. I chose to stay here. I thought you might come back.
Why?
Because the Adam is in here. I thought you might want to use it. Isn't that why you're here?
What? I mean, yeah, I want to know what's going on with me. It's driving me nuts. Hell, I feel sick. But this isn't the time for that. Being a robot isn't going to mean a lot if I die anyway.
Oh. Why did you come here then?
Isn't that obvious? I'm trying to find that input thing so we can turn off the bombs.
Really?
Yes, why would I lie?
I see. I seem to have made a mistake. I knew you couldn't use the Adam without me, so I stayed behind because I thought I might be able to help. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
She turned and headed toward the exit. Wait. I couldn't just let her leave like that. I sighed. How long would it take?
Not more than 5 minutes or so.
Are you sure? Only 5 minutes?
Da.
Okay, let's do it. Analyze my body. I lay down on the table. Luna picked up the Atom scanner and began to run it across me, slowly and methodically. In a few minutes, she was finished.
That's it. You can get up now.
I sat up and hopped off the table. The screen was already starting to show my results. So, what does it say? My eyes were glued to her face, looking for any sign of what the answer might be. She studied the readout for several long seconds before replying.
Well? It says you're not a robot. You're human.
I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. My relief didn't last long.
But your body isn't entirely human.
What?
You're part machine.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look here. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. They're made out of a titanium alloy. On top of the skeleton is artificial biological tissue. It's also called ABT. Your arms are cybernetic.
What? What does that mean?
Cybernetic? It means a mechanical system that interfaces with a biological one. You see all these root-like things around the titanium bones? Those are artificial nerves. They're probably connected to your own nerves, which is how you can move your arms. I imagine they allow you to feel things through your arms too.
What? No, this is ridiculous. I think replacing my arms with robot ones is something I'd remember. And I know they weren't always like this. When I was a kid, I broke my arm and they took an x-ray of it. The doctor told me I had really thick bones, that I must have done something pretty insane to break them. When the hell did this happen? Why did somebody replace my arms? Wait, okay, let's say you're right and my arms are cybernetic. Wouldn't that mean I don't have to worry about the bracelet going off?
No. Unfortunately, you probably do still have to worry about that.
Why?
The cybernetic arms are made to function just like real arms, which means they interface with the rest of your body. Which means that anything injected into them is to spread the rest of your body.
How do you know that?
I just do.
That's not an answer.
That, you're right. But not everything has an answer. There are some things that you just can't explain.
What?
Don't you know how that feels? How did you know about the garden? How did you know that Dio planted the bombs?
That's...
I'm sorry, Sigma. I wish we could talk some more, but our time is up.
Time? I pressed the buttons on my bracelet and felt my stomach drop. 1 minute. We've only got 1 minute left.
Sigma, there's one last thing. I was given very specific instructions.
I shuddered. Not because I was scared of what was about to happen, but because I was scared of Luna. She was calm, unnaturally so, like a machine with a human face. We were about to die. How could she be so calm?
Please, pay attention. This is very important. You must be sure to remember it.
Remember? I was about to die. How am I supposed to remember anything?
Should you encounter a two-headed lion devouring the sun, remember. GTF DML 016.
Hold on.
With this key, the first gate shall be open to you. There you go. I hope we can meet again someday. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
What? Before she could answer, the world exploded at a noise and light and disappeared along with it. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Okay. Ooh, an actual ending. Whose ending is this? I doubt it's Luna's. Maybe it is Luna's. I don't think it's Luna's. Sigma End. Arms Race is the achievement unlocked. Okay. Okay. It's weird seeing his face since you don't see him like the whole game. Okay, so that's 47 minutes. That's good. Go back to here. So now we've got two options. Oh, we've got three options. We've got four options. Option A is just go back and betray Clover here. Option B is we've got all the bombs now, so we can go back and do that. Well, we've got all of the bomb decode things. We don't know where the number 0 bomb is, so maybe we'll hold off on this one still. I believe that this is the true route anyway, so we'll probably do that one later. And then this one opened up. And now we've also got both the login and the password for this one, which also splits. Interesting. So yeah, we've got many, many options for next time. I think probably the best idea is to just start with this one, which 5 minutes of life. We'll jump there, and I'm going to save so I don't have to watch the opening cutscene. What? I don't remember what the fuck happened in this one, so we'll have to look through that next time. But that's where we're going to start. So it should be fun and interesting stuff. But that's going to be it for this time. For today's shout-out, you ever just want to do a shout-out to a fictional character? Sometimes I do. I think I've done it before, like once or twice. But as you guys know, I recently finished playing through Persona 5 Royal. Inside that game, I romanced Makoto Niijima, who is my favorite character from that game at this point. I think that she's wonderful. It all started because I knew that Cherami Lee was doing her voice, and I love Cherami's voice. So I was like, alright, well, I'm going to go with Makoto then. But I also just really like her character, and I feel like she's underrated. A lot of people don't seem to like her very much, which is super lame. I think that she's neat. Yeah, so I'm just doing a shout out to a fictional character from a game that I played. That's not even this game. I'm a weird person sometimes. Look, don't worry about it too much. Anyway. But yeah, we've only got 3 endings left. I'm pretty sure we're about to get one. I know where the other one is. And then there's the true ending. So, good times. We will see all that soon. So I will see you guys next time. Later, place.